guitar buddies, that was the Status Quo classic, Don't Waste My Time. So for the intro, I'm playing basically an A7 chord without the A on the top 3 strings. I've got E, G and C sharp on 9, 8, 9. Oh. But it also sounds like they catch the D string, which gives it a nice kind of edge. Okay, so just sort of, yeah, but with, so just do that kind of thing, and then just taking it down the frets, so going from 989 to 878 to 767, and then landed on the A chord with, I think, a little classic kind of Chuck Berry hammer from the third, the minor third to the major third. So playing 5-5-5 on the top 3 strings, and then instantly hammering to 6 to C sharp or the G string. So, and then we've got so just using the open G, I'm playing open G, E, A. Okay, I think this is what they're doing. It might be actually 2 guitars. But you can play it on one. Okay, so I'm playing open G, E, A. So we've got, I'm playing that, then 5-5, E, A. Then 5-5 and back to 5, so E, A, E. A G on 8 on the B string. Back to A, a C sharp on 6, so, and then hitting 7-7-7. Okay, basically a kind of D6 chord. And then that open G again, E and A. Again, so open 5-5, G, B, E strings. That hammer from 5 to 6 on the G string. Look. So open 5-5-5, hammer to 6, 7, land on the A, and then so just hitting an E note, and then just going E, D sharp, D to lead you into the verse. Okay, so you got okay, and the second guitar comes in with, so a little chromatic which crops up later in the song too. So just hitting an open E and sliding to A. So open 5, 3, 2, 1. Hitting the open E. And then we're into the classic Status Quo shuffle. So I'm playing all this on the bottom 2 strings by going up to, for example, for the D on 10 and the E on 12 and 14, D on 10 and 12. And if you watch them play live, Rick Parfitt tends to play on these 2 strings. I've noticed Francis Rossi would tend to play it more or lower on the A and D strings. So it's, you know, it's a classic Status Quo, and just find the best way that you prefer to play it. But I find that playing it on the bottom 2 strings gives it a nice kind of crunch, kind of consistency. But again, you know, there's 2 guitars and I've kind of boiled it down to 1 here. Okay, so I'm playing E5 to lead in, just open E, and then just jumping up to 12th fret, playing 12, 14, E5, little chromatic passing chord, E flat 5, okay, 11, 13, and then into your classic quo. So I'm playing a D5 on 10 and 12, and using my little finger to add a 6th note on 14. And then adding a 7th by moving that up to 15. And then same thing on the A. You've got more of a stretch here, so I tend to play it with my 1st and 2nd fingers. Just makes it easier to get that stretch, but again, it's whichever finger you prefer to use for that 2nd note. Okay. Okay, so basically we're going from D to A. Back to the D, E. We're just moving up now, same kind of pattern to 12 and 14. And then going, you can throw that in, that little back to the D. So the first time it kind of plays, and then subsequent time it tends to play more kind of that kind of thing. You're still going from E to D, okay? And back to the D, A, okay, not putting the 7th in this time. And then we go to a C sharp. Now on this one, if you listen closely, instead of the little finger there, I'm adding a minor 6. So all the other chords I've been moving 2 frets above this note on the A string, this time 1. So basically that A natural keeps it in the key of A, okay? Okay, so down to B. So there I'm playing 9, 11 and 12. And B, 7, 9 and 11. Moving back to the E. Okay, and then I'm playing, just taking that A5 and then going chromatically down again, G, F sharp, F, E. Back to the E on 12 and 14. I'm repeating that sequence. So it's basically D, A, D, E, D, A, C sharp, B, E. Your little turnaround there. Okay, and then you've just got a section where the 2nd guitar solo comes in, where it just changes to a more standard kind of blues pattern. So you actually, on that 2nd guitar solo, the 1st chord is not a D but an A. Then to a D, A, then B, then E, and then back into your standard verse, chorus. Okay, so once you've learnt that, got a classic quo thing, and you're away. And just at the end, we've got it ends on that again. And then we kind of Elvis ending. I played a B flat 7 to an A7. That kind of thing. Classic rock and roll finish there. Okay, so that's the chords. Next we'll take a look at the solos. I'm starting the solo with so that's all based around these 4 notes with a bend also of E, F sharp, A, B, and a bend to C sharp. So it's all notes from the A major pentatonic scale. So we've got 14 and 16, 14 and 16 on D and G, and just bending that note on 16 to 18. So you've got, starting on the F sharp on 16, A on 14, bend to C sharp, release, back to the F sharp, and again just come back and play the same note, bend, hit an E on 14, then again bend, release, back to the A, F sharp. Okay, classic kind of blues lick. And just bend on 16. So it's all based around that pattern around the 14th fret, and then a little chromatic lead to that F sharp this time. So E, F, F sharp, 14, 15, 16. They're very similar. And then, so it's all, it's just the same basically. But this time, just bend to that C sharp, 16, 14, B to A, then again another little chromatic. Okay, so going F sharp, F, F sharp, 16, 15, 16, 16, 15, 14. For the next lick, we're going higher and introducing a D note, okay, into the scale. So it's mainly A major, okay, so I'm bending on an E to an F sharp, okay, on 17 on the B string, releasing, then a D, B, D, so that's 15 and 16, 15 on B and G, and so then they go D, B, A, F sharp, so that's 15, 16, 14, 16 on the B, G to D string. So release it, D, B, D, then another quick snappy, bend to that F sharp, and then back straight back to an E. Then D, F, D. So that's 15, 17, 15. And then a little trill. So we've got C sharp, D, and B. 14, 15, 14, and 16 on B and G. Then we've got, okay, so same 3 notes there. C sharp, D, C sharp, hammer pull, B, back to C sharp, so 16 to 14. So 14, 15, 16, 14. Then B, A, B, 16, 14, 16 on G. Okay, and then we're just going back to F sharp, kind of back to where we started really. F sharp, A, B with a bend to C sharp. So 16, 14, 16, bend, release, 14, and then we're finishing off going down the kind of blues lick around the classic A blues scale. So I'm playing E, G, A, G, E. So I'm playing 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, E, G, A, G, E. So then E flat, so on the G string 8, then a little trill, D, E flat, so 7, 8, 7, 5, and then hitting an A there, on 7 on the G string, then A, G, E, and sliding, so 5, 8, 5, slide to 9. So that's the solo part 1. The next section starts pretty much in the same way with, so just that 14, 15, 16, E, F, F sharp, A, B. So it's all around the D and G strings again. Almost identical. Then that's kind of very similar. So E, bend, so 14, bend on 16, 14, pull off, so 16, 14, 16, 14, 16. Okay. That bend again, C sharp, okay, on 16 on the G string, and then I'm here. What I'm playing here is I'm utilising an open string here. I think that's what I could just play a note, but I think gives you a chance to jump up the neck a bit. So I'm playing E, F, F sharp, 14, 15, 16. Then open E. So and bending or going all the way up to 20 and bending a G to A. So so here it's basically the A blues scale with some chromatic notes. So I'm playing 20, 17, 19. Then we've got 17 to 18. C to C sharp. Then A on 19 on the D string. Then chromatic, we've got G, G sharp, A. So we're playing 17, 18, 19, and C, C sharp, D. 17, 18, 19 on the G string. And an E. So it, all together. Then we've got the bending a C. So here I'm playing. So here I'm bending all the way up to 20 on the E string. And release to 20. Then 17 A. So then jump into the G string, D to C. So we've got 1917, then 19, 17, 18. So we've got A, G, G sharp. So again, another chromatic little tone there. Basically, that G sharp is kind of taking us to an E because it's a third of the E chord. Then hitting an E on 19 on the A string. Then coming back up, D, D sharp, E. Okay, so just 17, 18, 19. Okay, so I got okay, and then that's it. So we've got 3 of that, yeah. This is all kind of blues scale. So I'm bending D to E on 19 on the G string. Then 19, 17, pull off. 19 on the D string. So it's just that blues scale pattern. Go. So D, C, A, C, A, G, A. 19, 17, 19, 17, 19, 17, 19 on the G and D strings. Then going back up, bending and releasing. So A, C, D, bend to E. Okay, so 19, 17, 19, release, and then we're hitting that C sharp here. Okay, so we've got I'm playing C sharp on 18, and a C natural on 17, a little trill. 19, A on the D string. Back to the C sharp. Okay, then so they've got so here we're playing so quite unusual this, but really works. So we're kind of playing a kind of B major lick here and back into the minor pentatonic. So we've got that C sharp on 18, pulling off to 16, and then we've got 18 to 16, G sharp to B, then B, A, G, so going 16, 19, 17, so sort of shifting back to that blues scale position. Okay, and then so again, black blues scale lick. So bending on 19, 19, 17, 19 on the D string, A, G, A, C with a little pull. So 17, 19, 17. So then again all around that blues scale. So bending on 19, 19, 17, 19, 17, and ended on that A on 19. Then a little sort of snappy, quick bend on the C, on 20, on the E string. Then jump into G to A. So that's 17 to 19. So again, just you're coming down that blues scale to finish. So we're playing 19 and 17 on G. Again, 19 and 17 on D. Ending on the E on 19 on the A string. Then play that little lick to end, to take you back into the verse. So that's the end of part 2, and next we'll take a look at the third solo. I'm starting the third solo with a lick. If you've got a second guitar, you could put in every time you get that kind of section. I played E and A, D sharp and A, D and A, and C sharp and A. Okay, 14, 14, 13, 14, 12, 14, 11, 14 on the D and G strings, and then blues scale lick. So I'm just a little snappy bend on 7 on the G string, D, the C, B, C, A, C, 7, 5 and 7 on G and D. Then pulling off A, G, and then E on 7 on the A string, hammering back to that A on 7 on D, and then we just classic kind of Chuck Berry, that kind of stuff, just doing a slide to E and A, and then we've got, so I'm playing, so hitting those notes again, D, C, A, 7, 5, 7, and then again very Chuck Berry, that hitting those 2 notes, they put a little hammer on this time, D, C to C sharp, 5 to 6, and then just moving that up 2 frets for that B chord. So 7 and 7. So it's just like that. But then just slide it up. So E, C sharp, E, F sharp, E over the E chord. So you got 9, 11, and then 9, 11, 9. Okay, and then you're back into, you're essentially back into the first solo, and some of the phrases vary very slightly, but basically once you've learned that first solo, you can kind of jam it out again, put a few little changes in, or just listen to the track if you want to get it exact. But it basically carries on with that similar theme, and there you go. So that's the main guitar parts. Next we'll take a look at the bass. I'm starting the bass with so just an E to an A on 7 to 12, then G on 10, F sharp on 9, F on 8, E on 7, little chromatic passing note, E, D sharp to get to that D, 7, 6, and then you're into the verse. D on 5, A on 5 on the E string. Back to D. Then look, passing note, D sharp there to E. Play the same going down. D. A. Passing note of A, B, 5, 7, C sharp. And then a couple of little passing notes here, C sharp, D, E, 5 to 7, B. And then going up to the E, this time C sharp and D sharp. So we had D natural before, this time D sharp, B. So 4, 6, E. So on that E chord we climb down E, D, C sharp, B. So we're going E, D, C sharp, B, and then when the guitar's going, the bass is going. So going A, C to C sharp. So 5, 3, 4, D, E, D sharp. So it's going chromatically up. C to C sharp, 5, 6, 7. And then that takes you back to the repeat. And so that's basically it. And then you just got a section on the guitar solo. So when we hit that kind of, you got a kind of 2-part solo, and back into the verse chorus, then that kind of more Chuck Berry kind of solo. It's just different order. So we're going from A to D to A to B to E. Then back into the kind of standard outro, and then the finish we've got just a little extra B flat to A at the end. Okay, 6/5. So a great one to have some fun with and enjoy a bit of classic quo. So thanks for watching, buddies. Cheers.